The AD light on the dash of your Mazda car may be flashing or just illuminating solidly, there is no difference. In this case, a lot of owners check the transmission fluid and see the proper level but a little dark color, so they usually start the guessing game by changing the fluid. Well, if it's time to change fluid and filter, it won't hurt obviously, but the AT light is not illuminating because of the fluid being burned. In the majority of cases that I know about, the problem was with the Mazda TCM or transmission control module. Please keep in mind that this is common for the BK and BL Mazda 3, so the first and the second generations. Later they changed the way to notify you about the issues. So the TCM is mounted on the transmission and it gets some heat all the time from the exhaust manifold. I know a person who experimented by unmounting the TCM when it started malfunctioning and mounting it in a colder place, and for some time the AT light wasn't illuminating on the dash of that Mazda. But you should understand that when this happens, it most likely means that the TCM is damaged and needs to be replaced. There is another possibility, especially in high mileage Mazda vehicles, that the culprit is the speed sensor in the transmission, but in this case you may also get some other lights on the dash, and the specific codes will be stored in various control modules. When your TCM malfunctions, it usually starts with the AT light going on and off, and when you plug the OBD2 scanner, you see absolutely nothing, no active or stored codes. One more possible issue is the electrical connections in the TCM. They are also affected by heat, so they may easily get corroded or lose soldering and contact. If you can't find the culprit for a long time, take your car to a good electrician. They should find a bad connector or broken wire in the transmission wiring harness. The TCM for the older generations of Mazda cars is super difficult to find, no matter used or new. If you want new, the part is always on back order and you will need to wait several months. Used TCMs can be purchased, but wreckers also say there is a high demand, so the prices are high. The good thing is that you can replace the TCM on your own. It's not a hard task. The hardest part is to find a good replacement part that fits your transmission and is available. I've seen videos on YouTube where people show how they fix soldering issues in Mazda TCMs, but as I'm not an electrician, I can't recommend any video. You may try it considering all the risks of burning something expensive eventually in your car. Now, I wouldn't recommend ignoring the problem. First of all, it will put your Mazda in limp mode sooner or later. Also, the jerking that develops gradually will affect the expensive transmission. Also, I wouldn't say that driving a car with a transmission that may randomly start jerking is very safe.